Good morning and welcome to day one of our yoga challenge. Find your comfortable seated position on the mat with the spine uplifted. Relax the shoulders and gently close the eyes. Allow the breath to find its own natural rhythm. And watch your breath as it flows. Feel your body's reaction to each and every breath you take. Observe your mind and see the connection between breath, body, and mind. And as we sit in stillness, let's lengthen the breath, breathing longer, slower, and deeper, allowing the abdomen to expand as we inhale. And as we finish the exhale, drawing the abdomen in to expel all of the exchanged gases. And let's just continue in this new way of breathing, longer, slower, and deeper. And now let's place our palms together at heart center in at Manjali Mudra. And we'll say one long Om together to start the class. Inhale deeply. Release your hands, put them behind your back. And then as you exhale, bend forward from the waist and surrender to Mother Earth. Inhaling, coming back up. Release your hands again. And with a few gentle blinks, open your eyes. Namaste. Okay, let's get some movement into the physical body, taking your position on all fours. We're going to prepare for some cat-cow or tiger breathing. So spreading the fingers wide, hands directly below the shoulders, knees below the hips. And let's inhale long, slow, and deep as we look up and bend the spine with the tailbone going up. Exhaling, pushing away with your hands, chin to the chest, rounding the spine. Inhaling again. And we're keeping with this long, slow breathing rhythm. Exhaling, pushing the middle of the back towards the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, the movement in time with the breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And release back to a neutral position. Let's get the legs involved now. So we're going to start with bent knees and we're going to start with the right leg. So concentrate on the back movement and on the breath as we inhale. This time lifting that right foot up towards the ceiling. Exhaling and drawing the knee in towards the chin as we round the back. Staying with the right leg, inhaling again. Exhaling, bringing the knee to the left elbow this time as we round the back. Inhaling. Exhaling, knee to the right elbow. Inhale. Exhaling to the chin. Inhale. Exhaling to the left elbow. Push away with the hands and round the back. Inhaling. Exhaling to the right elbow. And releasing the right knee. Let's change legs and go on now. Inhaling, left foot goes up towards the ceiling as we curve the back, looking up. Exhaling, rounding the back and drawing the knee all the way to the chin. Inhale, left leg still. Exhaling, crossing the knee over to the right elbow. Inhale. Exhale to the left elbow. Inhale. Exhale to the chin. Inhale. Exhale to the right elbow. Inhale for the last time here. Exhale to the left elbow. And release the leg. Let's widen the knees now to the outer edges of the mat, sink back onto our heels and stretch forward. Resting warrior, Adho Mukha Virasana. Really stretching out the arms, creating that beautiful straight back. Keep that beautiful, long, slow rhythm of the breath. Just allow the body to go deep in here. Now we're going to mindfully move into up dog. So bringing the body forward, laying the thighs down on the mat. It's kind of like the cobra, but we're pushing a little bit further away with the hands. Elbows in, shoulders away from the ears. Just focus on the breath and be in the present moment. Keep the thighs and the legs active, pushing the upper part of the feet down into the mat. Just a couple of breaths here. And then we're going to tuck the toes and push back into down dog as we exhale. And if this is your first down dog of the day, then you can start with the bent knees. You can be on the tiptoes, just pushing away with the hands, creating that lovely straight back, and then working your way, releasing the hamstrings as we gradually try to straighten the legs and bring the heels down towards the mat. Keep breathing long and slow and always working within your comfortable limit. And keeping your hands pressed down onto the mat, let's take small steps forward with the feet, trying to keep the legs as straight as we can. Small steps towards the hands, walking our way towards the front of the mat, arriving in a nice forward fold. And just stay there in that forward fold just for a couple more breaths. Trying to release the upper back, allowing the weight of the upper back and shoulders just to hang you deep into this stretch, this forward fold. Now we can soften the knees, throw the arms forward, create that lovely straight back and inhale, coming up. And release the arms. We're now at the front of our mats and just take a second to ground down into the feet. Let's widen the feet a little bit. So we're now at shoulder width distance between the feet. Widen the toes and spread the weight evenly. Let's really ground down into the mat and the floor below. Tilt the pelvis forward, so it's like a thrusting movement of the groin, which draws the belly in. Keep the spine uplifted, shoulders relaxed. And as always, the long, slow breath. With the next inhale, raise the arms up towards the front, stretching up towards the heavens with the upper arms close to the ears. And we're using those arms to pull the upper body. So we're stretching up and grounding down now. Such a simple asana, but very effective when combined with the breath. Just being here with your body, with your breath. And now keeping the arms extended towards the ceiling, we're going to sink the hips back and come into the chair pose, Utkatasana. Sinking deep down with the hips, activating the thighs, but still reaching up. And you can look up towards the hands if the neck allows, and just keep the breath going long and slow. If there's any restriction in the neck, then just look forward or down. Just a couple of breaths here. And then slowly releasing the hands and standing back up. Well done. Any tension in the shoulders, you can just roll the shoulders back. First one way, and then the other. And coming to a place of stillness, we're going to do a balance now. So let's start with Vrikshasana, or the tree. Again, grounding down. And then let's peel that left foot away from the mat. And you can either place it on the calf or on the thigh, but not on the knee. And trying to turn that left knee out as much as you can so that you can feel that work on the hips. Hands at heart center. And when you're ready, just raise the arms up. Just one more long breath there. And then slowly lowering the hands and releasing that left leg. Coming to our place of equilibrium again, let's balance on the other side. So grounding down into the left foot this time, and then placing that right sole of the foot, either on the calf or the thigh. Let's really turn that knee out now to feel the work on the hips. Hands at heart center. And then as we inhale, raise the arms up. Upper arms should be reaching up, almost touching the ears. And just one more long breath there. A beautiful forest of trees for Cancer Research UK. And releasing the arms and releasing that right leg. Well done. Let's widen the stance now. You're facing the long edge of the mat. Uttita Hasta Padasana. Keep the knees soft and again, thrust the groin forward. You're tilting the pelvis so that you're drawing the belly button in. Should feel the legs very active now, feet parallel, and raise the arms up to shoulder level. Just keep breathing. Turn your left toes in and your right toes out, but keep the hips aligned towards the long edge of the mat. And now look over the right shoulder towards your right middle finger. We're in Parsva Hasta Padasana. Just a few breaths here. Feeling the work on the hips. And just being with your body. Feeling the body's reaction. And allowing the breath to go long and deep throughout the whole practice. Now turn the hands so that the palms are facing away from the body and dropping that right hand down towards the right knee. We're in Trikonasana Variation. Feeling that beautiful stretch down the left side of the body as we look up towards the left hand. And allow the breath to take us deep in. And then slowly release the arms, coming back up and widen the stance a little bit more. We're going to drop into Warrior Two. So that right knee is now bent towards 90 degrees. Don't let the knee come further over than the heel or the ankle. Again, the hips should be facing the long edge of the mat and you should feel the work on the hips. Just a few breaths here. Now we're going to move into Pashwakonasana. So let's allow that right hand to come down next to the foot, on the outside of the foot, scooping that left arm forward, stretching as far forward as you can, and then opening the shoulder. We're going to stack that left shoulder over the right, creating that beautiful straight line between the left wrist and the left ankle. The last long breath here. And now let's release the upper arm, push back up, feet parallel once more. You can bring the feet just a tiny bit closer in together now. And with the hands on the hips and the knees soft, let's lead with the chin and chest in a nice forward bend, trying to keep the back as straight as we can. Coming all the way down as we exhale into our forward fold. And then you can release the hands down the thighs, down the calves, towards the ankles, or even the mat. Let's bring the hands back up to the hips. And as we inhale, again, let's try and keep a straight back, leading with the chin and chest as we come back up. Feet parallel, knees soft. Pelvis tilted forward once more and arms raised up. We're going to repeat the same on the other side now. We're in Uttita Hasta Padasana, outstretched hands and feet. Defying gravity with the shoulders. Just focusing on the breath and the body's reaction. Let's move the right toes in now and the left toes out. Bring the hips back towards the long edge of the mat, and we're looking over the left shoulder this time, down towards the left middle finger. Just keep breathing. Strong work for the shoulders. Just one more breath here. And now turn the palms away from you and allow that left hand to come down towards the left knee as we move into Trikonasana Variation. And this time feel the stretch on the right side of the body. Allow the breath to take us deep in, creating space as we breathe in and moving into that space as we exhale. Upper body should be nicely stacked above the legs, creating one straight line, vertical line. And we're going to come back up now. And let's widen the stance and move into Warrior Two on this side now. Bending that left knee deeply. Just a few breaths. Try not to lean the torso too far forward, the torso staying vertical, spreading the weight evenly between the front and the back foot. One more long breath here. And now moving into Parsva Konasana. If the left hand doesn't reach down towards the mat, you can always lean that left forearm onto the knee. And then we're really reaching forward first with that right hand, and only then we're opening up the shoulders, creating that beautiful straight line. The last long breath here. And then slowly releasing the right hand, pushing back up, feet parallel once more. And this time reaching behind the body to interlock the fingers behind the back, pulling the hands away from the body, away from the buttocks, stretching them away as far as you can, and then coming into a nice forward bend. And using the arms as a counterbalance. Coming into that deep forward fold. Breathing long, slow and deep. And now inhaling, coming back up with a straight back. Releasing the hands as you come all the way back up. And then moving the feet together. Well done. We're going to take a seat down onto the mat. So try and sit down without using your hands. Always good, practical way of engaging the core more. Just try your best. And then we're going to move into Dandasana, the staff pose. So the legs stretched out in front of you, feet are active. Hands can be placed just either side of the hips, with the spine uplifted. And now let's raise the arms up into Urdhva Dandasana. So as we inhale, raising the arms up, reaching for the heavens. Such a simple asana, but very effective. Building the back muscles and the core muscles while keeping the spine straight. Creating extra space between the vertebrae as we lift up using the arms. And now pivoting from the waist, we're going to lean forward to try to grab those big toes with the first two fingers. And if you can, that's great. If not, you can just bend the knees slightly. And now we're pulling away from the big toes, trying to create a space between the forearms and the legs. This helps us to keep a straight back. And just keep breathing. Then from here, we're going to go into a forward fold, Paschimottanasana. So we're laying the chest down towards the legs and coming into our deep forward fold. For those of you that are limited with your hamstrings, then just bend the knees slightly, releasing down towards the legs. Slowly coming back up to Dandasana. We're almost finished now. Place the hands down beside the hips, so slightly forward of the hips, and make sure that the heels are shoulder width apart. We're going to move into Katush Padasana now, which is the sort of reverse tabletop. So the heels are going to be our pivot point. And as we inhale, we're going to drive the knees forward, feet come flat on the floor and lift the hips up into a reverse tabletop. Head and neck can stay neutral, and only if the neck flexibility allows, then you can hang the head at the end. But we're really trying to lift the hips as much as we can, activating the powerful thigh muscles. This is a great counter pose for Paschimottanasana, the forward bends. Just a couple of breaths, squeezing the buttocks together. Last long breath here. And then slowly bringing the buttocks back towards the mat, between the hands. And then laying down on the mat. Just lay down now and draw the knees in tight to the chest. You can wrap the arms around them to really squeeze them in tight. And then gently roll from side to side, from right to left, just massaging the lower part of the back. Keeping the knees high and keeping the heels in tight. Just roll over onto the left side. Moving that left arm out of the way so the knees are still in tight to the chest, heels in tight to the buttocks, and then open that right shoulder. So lay the right hand all the way over to the right side and look towards your right hand. So we're in a deep twist now of the torso. The right hand can go back over to help the knees back through the center. And then over to the right side now. Remember to try to keep the knees in tight to the chest and the heels into the buttocks. Opening the left arm out now. Opening the chest and looking towards that left hand, which is stretched away from the body. Feel that deep twist on the torso. And then releasing the left arm, helping the knees back to the center once more. And now stretching those legs out, finding your Savasana, the corpse pose. As we relax the body, we're going to have just 3 or 4 minutes of complete physical relaxation. So just adjust your clothing or your environment now so that you're nice and comfortable and warm. And we'll just let everything go. Allow the breath to find its own natural rhythm with no interference from you. Bring your attention to the feet, And release any tension you may have in the feet and the toes and the ankles. Relaxing the lower legs, softening the knees, and the powerful thigh muscles can now relax. Allow the hips and the pelvis to feel heavy and push down onto the mat and the floor below. Letting go. The lower back is also soft and relaxed and released. And with each exhale, you just allow this feeling of deep relaxation to spread throughout the physical body. The body is breathing on its own with no interference from you, and just allow the rhythm of the breath to stabilize. Bring your attention to the hands and relax the fingers. Relax the wrists and the hands, and allow that feeling of relaxation to spread up the arms, all the way into the shoulders. And on the next exhale, just let everything go. The entire back of the body is now resting, released, and relaxed. And we can now bring our attention to the head, the face, and the skull. Relax your jaw, soften the jaw. Allow the tongue to feel heavy in the mouth. And relax all those small muscles around the jaw and the cheeks, around the eyes, the temples, the forehead. Relaxing the whole skull. And particularly that area between the eyebrows that we call the third eye center. Relax and release and let go. And if you can feel any tension anywhere in the physical body, let it go now. Let's begin to wake the physical body up now by wiggling the toes, wiggling the fingers, and stretching the right arm up and all the way back behind you. Bending the left knee, placing the left foot on the floor, and rolling over onto your right side, just for 1 or 2 breaths. You can keep your eyes closed here. And just pushing back up to a seated position. Palms together at heart center. And we'll finish with one long Om. Inhale. Rub the palms together, creating some friction and some heat, and then place the palms over your eyes. A gentle massage around the eyes, the temples and the forehead, and then release the hands. And with a few gentle blinks, open your eyes. Namaste.